Hey guys, so for this assignment, I'm going to show you a new tool that we haven't used yet in class called Google Read and Write. There's this little RW puzzle piece up here below the bookmark toolbar. So you select that, and you get another set of tools that pop up. It does some really neat things. First, let me clean up here. I was kind of playing there a second ago. Have that ready for you ahead of time. So we're going to read an article, several articles from people written back in the 17th century. So as we go through and read these things, you may come across vocabulary you're not very familiar with. So say you select, you don't know what kingdom means. You can go up here to this little book and it'll give you the definition of kingdom. You can also, if you select on this little picture thing right here, it'll give you some images as a picture dictionary. The other cool thing this feature will do is if you select the text, say I don't really want to read all this, you hit play and you'll have somebody can read it to
We have
you.
already seen that all power is of God. Rulers then act as the ministers of God and as his lieutenants on earth. It is through them that God
So all right, that's enough of
exercises
that.
his
I want to read it myself. As you go through, you can read it. So the other feature we're going to use is this highlight thing right here. I'll also translate stuff. So if you really, have a hard time reading this in English and say you'd rather read it in, say, French, hit this right here and should translate. I'll set that up later. Anyway, so don't worry about that. Okay, so yellow is going to be vocab, blue is going to be the purpose of the text, green is going to be evidence. So if I go through as I'm reading, it says, we have already seen that all power is of God. Rulers then act as ministers of God. Well, it's a minister, make it yellow. Lieutenants, it's a lieutenant. And we go through, let's see, it's through them that God exercises his empire. As we have seen, the royal throne is not a throne of man, but a throne of God himself. And say that one. Okay, so as I go through, I'm going to highlight all the vocabulary. Okay, now what is the purpose of this text? Well, he's saying that rulers act as ministers of God here on earth. So make that blue. Okay, what is some evidence that he uses to support his purpose? Let's see, we've seen the royal throne is not of man, but of God himself. So he claims. And then he says, the Lord hath chosen Solomon to sit upon my throne. So he said, okay, speaking of way back in the day in the Bible, Solomon was chosen to be by God to sit on the throne. So as you go through, use that tool to do that. There's other features I'll teach you guys how to use as we use it in the future. You can actually use this for other articles online. It's kind of cool. So if you ever read an article and you're trying to pull some vocab from it, or just want to highlight some stuff, or have it read to you, these are a way to simplify it. So if there's too much wording, if you want to get right down to the meat of it, there's another tool use that up here as well. If you want to clear all your highlights, select everything, hit a little broom button, and it goes away. There's another feature too. I'll show you in class how it collects all the highlights. So if you're trying to find vocab, it'll put it all on a new page for you and be there ready to go. So anyways, good luck, and I'll see you in class.